Yeah, you know what it is, y'all. It's Hot Mike Sports. I want to welcome y'all to our first episode of Steel City Sagas, y'all. Steeler Nation, stand up. I'm going to welcome y'all here. Thank y'all for joining me. And let's go ahead and get the mic hot, y'all. Now, today was the perfect time to come out with the first episode of Steel City Sagas. I was debating on when I should have dropped this, and I couldn't think of a better time than now when we're hot. Coming off of a win against the biggest team in the NFL right now, 7-1 Colts. Impressed a lot of people. Everybody loved them. Everybody was talking about them. And guess what? We beat them today 27-17. Our defense showed up. Our defense showed up today. I was very impressed with the pressure we put on Daniel Jones, how we shut down Jonathan Taylor, how we were also able to force 6 turnovers, okay? 3 interceptions, right? 3 fumbles, okay? A few of our veterans showed up today. TJ Watt with a sack. Alex Highsmith with 2 sacks, Joey Porter Jr. with a sack and a pick and 6 tackles, okay? So Joey Porter Jr. had a good game today, 6 solo tackles, okay? A forced fumble, right? And an interception, man. What can you say? So we got to give Joey Porter the player of the game, y'all. Now, I was just talking about how our defense hasn't showed up all season. All the veterans on our league seem to be past their prime. Jalen Ramsey hasn't been there in the big games. TJ Watt hasn't showed up. Cameron Hayward hasn't showed up. And these are all guys that we pay big contracts to in the offseason. We brought in Jalen Ramsey. We traded in Minka Fitzpatrick. So we just traded for some youth there, right? And that was part of my frustration. But then, the first part of the season, I'm like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what they're going to do. And then it scared me, man. We started allowing 30-point games. This is something I have not seen out of the Pittsburgh Steelers since I've been a fan of them. I'm used to that hard-nosed defense, running the ball, being aggressive, flying around everywhere, right? A good Mike Tomlin coach team, a good Bill Cowher coach team. Now, my concern this season, no offense consistency, right? No defense consistency. We bring in a 41-year-old quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. He has played consistent all year. He's going to give you about 200 yards a game, maybe a touchdown or 2. Consistent production out of quarterback position that we've had in a while, right? No more up and down. We're just kind of steady right now. So we know we got with Aaron Rodgers. We know we got with Jaylen Warren, okay? And we know we got with Gainwell. We need to be a little more aggressive with the run game, right? We need to get back to that pounding the rock, controlling the clock, being aggressive, beating the other team up. But instead right now, we're still trying to figure out our identity in week 9. But one thing I will say about today, and like I said, the highlight today is the defense. A couple of the players showed up, and that's something that I don't think none of us saw coming. I think a lot of us knew it would be a close game because a Mike Tomlin coach team in a big game is usually going to show up. At least we hope so, right? Took away their best weapon in Jonathan Taylor. He wasn't really a factor today. And I knew if we could control Jonathan Taylor and make Daniel Jones beat us, then we had a chance. And that was the game plan today after watching the Steelers for all 4 quarters. Right, Daniel Jones wasn't a big-time threat today. He made some plays, don't get me wrong, especially on some third downs. But if you have to rely on the arm of Daniel Jones, he's not going to win it for you. And I think that was the game plan. I love to see it because you could tell after some of the banter on the sideline between Mike Tomlin and the players, he had their number today. He had their number today, and that's one thing that Mike Tomlin's going to do. He's going to talk crap to the players. And I love it. I love it. Now, moving forward, I want to see the offense play a little better. What concerned me today, DK Metcalf, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. He only had 2 catches for 6 yards. Like, they shut him down. We brought him in here to be a big-time threat, a big-time target for Aaron Rodgers. And he's just not consistent. And it concerns me because when you got teams that's starting to turn it on, like the Kansas City Chiefs, right, the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, these are all teams in the AFC. And we better be looking over our shoulders for the Baltimore Ravens because now Lamar Jackson's back. They're going to be a different team, and they're going to be motivated, okay? So we need to get some offense going consistently. We need to show these teams that we're going to show up every week. We allowed a big loss to Green Bay on last Sunday night, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, that's 2 losses in a row. Can't have 3 losses in a row, right? Especially coming into this kind of game playing the Colts. But it was one thing that I will say, and I'm very impressed today with Mike Tomlin. I'm very impressed with the game plan. I'm very impressed how he coached the team. And I'm very impressed how he allowed us to control the pace of the game. We didn't, get too big. We didn't get too small. We showed up on every moment that we needed to show up. Aaron Rodgers threw the ball for 200 yards a day, okay? Spread the ball around to all his wide receivers. And, he hit Pat Freiermuth for a big touchdown in the clutch that we really needed. And so I think moving forward, if we can just get the running game going, I can't stress it enough. Also, with this defense right now, I'm very concerned because I don't know if we're going to be able to hold up, okay? Highsmith showed up today. Watt showed up today. Porter showed up today. But what about everybody else, right? We're so up and down. We're so inconsistent. And if there was one thing that was going to scare me, it would be that. It would be that. For the last few seasons, I've been saying to myself, man, we got the defense. We got the running game. We got the offensive targets. If all we had was a quarterback to get the job done. Well, we bring in 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, okay? And like I said, he's getting the job done for what he is and who he is. He's past his prime. We don't expect him to be big game A-Rod, right? We don't expect no 350, 400-yard passing games with 5 touchdowns and none of that. We just expect him to do better than the quarterbacks than we've had in the previous years. Notice I said poor quarterbacks we've had because they sure have, and not even worth naming, okay? But right now, I just need Aaron Rodgers to kind of turn it up a little bit. I need our offense to turn it up a little bit. I need our defense to be consistent. I need our team to be well coached. I need to see that we can compete with these teams in the AFC, okay? We haven't played Baltimore yet, and guess what? We got to play them 2 times or more this season, okay? So let's see what we're going to do, Steeler Nation. What we going to do? What we going to do? We got to rely on Mike Tomlin. We got to rely on the offense. We got to rely on the defense. So let's keep it tuned. Let's keep it locked. I don't want to dwell too much on the negative because today is a positive day for Steeler Nation. We beat the 7-1 Colts. We're now 5-3. We're still ahead of the division. We still have a little hope, all right? This has been Hot Mike Sports. This has been the first episode of Steel City Sagas. I appreciate y'all for joining me. This is Dev. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell everybody, y'all. It's Hot Mike Sports. Leave the comments in the section, Steeler Nation. Let me know what you think about this big win against the Colts. This is Dev signing off.